are here again for another episode of Exes and Babies. I am Jeff. That is Sydney. And we have a special guest who I added an accent mark to her name. Felicia, the CEO of Cannabis.
Yes.
Celebrating 5 years in the game, right?
Ooh, yeah. Okay. That's a big
5
marker
years.
for entrepreneurs, right? They say like most
really
businesses
is.
fail within the first 5 years.
3 to 5.
3 to 5. Okay.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you've
3 to 5
surpassed that.
Deep.
I know. And it's only getting better.
Yes.
Yo.
We're trying to be like you.
Yeah, you
But
guys
Felicia,
are
welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. But so we're talking about co-parent and stuff, and you are a co-parent yourself, right?
I am.
Okay, let's make sure.
Did we do our vetting
Do we
this
do our
time?
vetting?
You know,
Yeah,
we
like,
have
sure.
messed up on that before
You got
where
kids,
someone
right?
wasn't
Okay, good.
co-parenting. I was like, wait, why are you here?
Right.
Anyways.
So I was going to give you a softball question.
Okay.
What's your origin story like? How did you come about
Marvel.
Marvel, yeah, right. Superhero. So how did you get, because your background is fitness,
Yes.
right? So what enticed you to pursue fitness as like the career path?
I think just really growing up, being an athlete, always being in sports.
What sports?
Track. I
Okay.
started track when I was 8. I did ballet when I was younger. I don't remember. It wasn't for very long, but I remember doing that. And I just ran track. I feel like I did dance team in high school.
Okay.
So-
What events in track?
100, 200, 400, 4x1,
Okay.
4x2, 4x4, all the things.
You did
He
all
was
the field,
moving.
okay?
He was
Yeah.
moving.
Moving and shaking, right?
Short and longer distances.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And then I did a little bit in college as well.
Okay.
And I studied in college, so I just always had a love for it. Yeah.
So where did Cannabis come from then? We'll get into all the
Cannabis.
parenting stuff a little bit. I just want to get more background on your business acumen real quick. So where did
sure.
Cannabis come from?
So Cannabis came from cannabis being legal in Seattle.
Okay. That's a good
And,
start.
Yeah. I pretty much was doing like group training classes, and as time I did it. As of now, it's been like 10 years of me teaching classes and stuff. So initially, when I started, I was just teaching classes, like outdoors, full body. And over time, each year, I would always switch it up just to keep, more people like interested. And after 2013, what weed was legal, I was like, okay, I do this all the time. And eventually, when I moved back to Seattle, I was gone for a few years. I kind of just did an event and women showed up and took off from there.
Wait. Hold on. Rewind. How did you even think? Is that like something people typically do? Like I had never heard of people like smoking and then working out.
Stoners do.
Okay.
Especially if you're into fitness and you smoke. Like I enjoy smoking.
Okay.
So I remember like years back in between 2019, 2020, probably. I would just smoke different strains and go to the gym and see like how I would react, how focused I'd be, how heavy I could lift, if I could finish the workout, things like that. So
They always tell us to do the opposite, like don't smoke.
Right.
And they live
You
well.
get in
You're
trouble
like-
with
I know.
the,
Right.
didn't
Trouble with the people.
Shakari, is that her name?
yeah,
The
Harrison, I think, the track girl.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
she got in
Olympic,
trouble
though.
for it, but
Yeah.
it's Olympics. But
Yeah.
I mean,
What did you think about that?
I thought that was trash. Like,
That she got disqualified.
yeah.
Okay.
I think, especially in nowadays, it's 2023. Like,
Right. If you're running fast, you're running fast. Because
Yeah.
let me ask this, do you think, and I don't know if there's research, is there any research behind the impact of weed on the human body? Oh my God, versus other body. I don't know. But anyways, on the body when it comes to like exercising.
of course there is. And
Oh, okay.
I feel like when it comes to fitness, it's unregulated. So someone can say something, and if it scientifically makes sense, people will be like, oh, I believe you. And you're good.
Right.
So as long as you can make something make sense,
Okay.
it'll make sense to
Right.
you or not,
Right.
And I feel like, to me, because I've done it for so many years, I don't think it has a negative effect.
Okay.
I've still ran for years and done weightlifting, and we lift together.
Yeah,
So you
right.
see me, and
You've
majority
trained
of the
me,
time,
yeah.
I was probably, a little stoned.
Okay.
So. But yeah, and I got through it. So
Yeah.
and I still don't have any issues. I mean, besides my knee, but that had nothing to do with weed.
Okay.
So I think everybody's different.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
Is that one of the biggest misconceptions you run across? People come at you and it's like, oh, you smoke weed and work out. Oh, you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, what's one of the biggest misconceptions people have regarding weed and fitness?
That it slows you down and you won't be able to like do anything.
That's what I would assume.
Yeah.
Which is why they shouldn't have been mad at, is it Shikari? I forget. But like,
exactly. That's my whole thing. Cause it's like, she did something that should like affects your lungs in the long term, but like, and it should slow you down, but she won. And
rules are rules, man. Don't toke.
Rules is rules. Rules is rules.
Rules is rules. Don't toke. Wait till after.
Toke. Oh my God. You
Yeah,
sound like a cool dad trying to like relate to the
toke
youth.
and smoke. You know what I'm saying? She played herself, man. All that money, but she's killing right now, though.
Oh yeah, she came back.
Good.
She's killing.
So what she said? She's like, I'm not back. I'm better. Something like that. I liked her phrase.
That's
it was
how
nice.
it goes.
It was very
She never
quotable.
left.
Just like when the blunt gets passed around, I'm not back, I'm better. There you go. Thank you.
Or lesser.
Yeah.
One's gonna be lesser.
Better.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you do all this and you're a co-parent. How hard is that to balance?
It has its years.
Years.
Okay.
You know, like some
You
years.
said not days, but years.
Yeah, like some years I know before my daughter was in a bunch of sports and stuff, like the balance was good because it would just be like she's in school and when she's with me it's our time and when she's with her dad it's their time, you know? Unless there was just some event or birthday that I was gonna take her to during his time. But I typically had a good balance, you know? I would do my things in the time that she was with her dad.
Okay.
So it's like literally the perfect balance. And how we split, how we co-parent, it's 50-50. So one week with me, 1 week with him and vice versa. But honestly, if she wants to come home early, she does. And if she wants to go back to her dad's early, she does. So
how often does that happen?
It's pretty, it's random. You know, it's summer now, so she's chilling. There's a pool at his house.
Oh, okay.
You know, kids
a
little motivator.
Yeah. Mama honey.
So
it's hard to. I can't compete with the pool. Like,
right.
But
yeah, that's been the way I've balanced it pretty much. And even now, like I plan my events. Like lately, I've been doing last Friday of the month, and if it's my time with her, I may ask her dad if she can stay. If I feel it's like it's gonna be a super late night or something. But even now, I plan my events accordingly when I know I'm not going to have my daughter. Okay. So it works out. That's the balance, you know?
Entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
You can control your schedule. That's beautiful. Have you guys always been 50-50?
No.
Okay. How did it start off?
What
caused the shift?
Well, it started off with us. He was in college when I had her.
Okay.
And I was too. And then I stopped and I just started working and like taking care of her. And over time, you know, we split up and yeah, like he would have her weekends for the first few years, I think until maybe 5-ish. Okay. And then we moved away for 3 years. So we came back to Seattle when she was 8. And
where'd you go?
Southwest Washington.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's Southwest?
Longview.
I'm such a Seattle. I'm like, what's that? Southwest?
Like,
I'm like Southwest. Okay,
like
got
right
it.
by
Forts?
Portland.
Oh, okay.
I
don't know my state. I just know
Seattle. We're very
Seattle or nothing.
We're very oblivious to the rest of Washington. Everything's in Seattle North.
That's right.
South Seattle, East Seattle, West Seattle. So.
East side, yeah.
And Bellevue, I guess.
Yeah, Bellevue. Yeah.
But yeah, we came back when she was 8, and I mean, ever since then, it's been 5 years. Ever since then, he's pretty much been a lot more active. Obviously, he's making up for lost time, and I think I'd say within the first year we switched to the 1 week on, 1 week off.
Okay, within the first year of her life.
Within the first year of us being back, so about 9 years old.
Okay, at the time.
Yeah, and she's 13 now.
Okay, bad. Yeah. Okay, so you guys got a good thing going.
Like he takes care of her, I take care of her,
and
like,
you just trust, and you know it all works out. Of course. So let me ask you this: how was it when you weren't there for 3 years? Like, how did he take that? Like, how did you manage caring for her full time?
It was
what
hard.
led you to leave? All that.
What led me to leave is I was living downtown Seattle and like living above a bar and just I wasn't doing shit productive for my life. So I went away for a bit initially to do school, and then I ended up like working at a gym, which was fun, and then it closed. And then I ended up managing a roofing company in Vancouver.
What?
Which is so random, right? I know a Black woman running a roofing company.
You still know some stuff?
Yeah. Oh, I know so much.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I hope I don't need you anytime soon, but
let me know. I can come check your roof and inspect it.
Oh my God. You can just come party on my roof. I got a party. You can party on my roof.
Okay.
I have a rooftop.
Yeah,
rooftop.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, like the deck.
I'm about to throw a party though,
stuff.
real talk.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let you know.
So I was
and
down
then you
there.
can just look at it, you know, while you're partying. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
Because there's new shit that you can put on top of it. That's somewhat of like a cover.
Okay, no, we doing this. Okay, right, sorry. Go ahead.
I don't know what I was talking about. Living in Vancouver.
So
you
worked for a roofing. You say you managed or worked for a roofing company
for a few years.
For a few years.
Okay.
And so while I was doing that, like I was working like 50, 60-hour weeks. So my mom helped out a lot because she lived 2 doors down from me.
Nice.
So yeah, she helped out hella. Her dad would pick her up on the weekends sometimes, but you know, back then that's when it was like toxic, and he would like, we'd drive to Seattle sometimes, and then he'd either block me or his phone would just be dead the whole fucking weekend. So it's like I'd make a fun weekend out of it, you know, because it's home and she misses it.
Right.
But yeah,
that must have been hard though.
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, you make the most of it.
Yeah, you sure do.
Yeah,
That's what's
I'd
up.
figure something out.
You're a cool mom. You're like,
Thank
yeah,
you.
we about to make. Okay.
Yeah,
I
we'd
like
get like a hotel, or we'd stay with my aunt like so often to where like she expects that a lot still.
I feel
Yeah.
So
what made it? Oh, go ahead, Jeff.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
What made it talk? You know, we're gonna dive deep. I'm Scorpio.
What
We
made
got
it
we got to help our listeners.
That was my question too. I was going to ask something similar. But go ahead.
Yeah. So like, come on now. Like, yeah, I know. I'm nosy.
right,
You can put up some boundaries if you need to. But
what made it toxic is like her dad during that time was more focused on relationships and women and just like
he was chasing these hoes around.
Yeah, basically
Jeffrey.
chasing pussy, you know, being a fuckboy.
Why they gotta be hoes? Anyway, go ahead.
Man.
He knows.
Yeah, I know.
I know. You
what
went
it
through
is.
your stage, right?
Yeah, we all had a whole
Yeah.
phase.
Oh,
So
I'm not.
Go ahead.
Mine.
Mess with the Barbie. Sorry.
My Barbie look and Barbie inspired.
Okay, so he was chasing hoes. Okay.
yeah, so I mean he would make broken promises, and it's like even now she still believes that shit, so or remembers that shit.
Oh, she remembers.
Yeah.
So how old were y'all when you had her?
21. I think he was 20. I was 21. We're 6 months apart.
Oh, okay.
So
young-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
So,
I mean, we were in our early 20s too. When we had our kiddos. Yeah.
Young,
This is
but
some
old
growing
enough,
to do at
but
that
like,
time.
looking back, we were young.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
At that time, I'm like 23. Like I was 23, and I was like, what? I don't know. I didn't feel like that young, but I could see now. Like I can't imagine my son being at 23. I mean, who knows what he'll be like then? But I don't know. I can't imagine him having a kid. But yeah, got it.
So have you guys ever had the conversation about those times?
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Some
what his
closure.
mindset was?
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad. I guess I don't know. Well, I don't give a fuck who sees this, but recently, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talk to me. And thank you for sharing.
Of course.
We don't got that many followers just yet. Not yet. But you'll be okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, we ended up. We ran into each other, and then we like had a drink, and we were just like chopping it up.
Where's baby?
She was at a friend. I didn't have her.
Okay.
And that's why, so I was out.
Okay,
You know, and then
cool.
this nigga was out. I was like, what the fuck?
Like, where's baby? Yeah, that's my first.
I was
I've
like,
had that with Adama.
That's how I come. I'm like, where the fuck is Vana?
Right.
So
What's
that
your baby's
conversation was
name?
supposed to happen then. It's like both y'all,
Apparently.
the kid was saved. Y'all
Right.
just ran
Y'all
into
just run into each other.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what,
Crazy.
man, I got something I got to tell you, man. So I was fucking up. So that's why. So no.
But yeah, clearly he was on a good one. And we were just, I don't even know how the subject came up, but he was just apologized and was like, oh, she was wilding out. So yeah, she's been tripping kind of, 13.
Teenager, yeah.
Just like making bad choices, hanging around the wrong people, shit like that.
Okay.
And she pretty much, it was very disappointing and stressful to us. So that we happened to run into each other during that time. So we're both like emotionally going through it when it comes down to it. So yeah, he was just like, I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, where did we go wrong type shit, And just because she's behaving in a way that someone doesn't have both parents. She has both parents present.
She's got her dad.
And we're supportive and we love her.
Rebellion, just like the thing with like, because my daughter's 14, so I know exactly what you're talking about because my daughter's doing that right now. Oh, and what the OGs have told me, that's just part of the game. Yeah. And I think as parents, we have to adjust our visual that this is not baby anymore, because we still have that image of, oh, that's my right hand, that's my little pocket. You know what I'm saying? This is a young lady now. This is a young adult. Yeah. So they're gonna start wanting to feel independent. So we have to let go of that little kid image of our child and start. Oh, they're getting ready to live out on their own now. So that's what helped me adjust my viewpoint on my 14-year-old daughter. So hopefully that can. I don't know. What'd you guys get from that conversation you guys had about your kid?
He, discipline. It's lack of discipline. She's not really. She's not listening. She's doing what the fuck she wants. Disrespecting teachers, and that's where it's like, yo, you should know better. Yeah, she got kicked out of school twice. Boo. Yeah, some crazy shit. So, and her dad like begged for her to get back in, and she only lasted a day and a half. Okay, so it's just like, why are you? Through something. Yeah, and it's I had planned to move away, and then I made the decision to come back because of her behavior, and she was just doing things that she shouldn't do, and it's like, oh, I put two and two together. I was like, you're only doing this when you're with your dad. And if I move away, I don't know what the fuck is going to happen, And it's like, she's only 13 once. So I pretty much, what I decided to do is move back. So like, I'm in a studio right now. There's no room for her really, like in the space that I'm in. So I pick her up on the weekends. We kick it, or, I'll pick her up during the day since it's summer. But yeah. So she's just like, hurry up, Mom, get another house for us, or, bigger space. Yeah. But that conversation went really, he was very sad, and he was upset, and he's like, I know it's because I wasn't there when she was younger, and just referring to the time when we were away, and so
he took some accountability.
Yeah, finally. And it was just felt good.
That was just recently, you said.
Yeah, that was like,
because she's 13,
2 months ago, not even 2 months ago. Wow. So like, just happened.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
What do you think? Go ahead. So it's
just like, I'm glad that it happened.
Yeah. Why? What's important about that to you?
Just the fact that he owned the fact that, hey, you put other things that were temporary in front of her, which eventually like helped or assisted her in being how she is now. Just like not listening to him, and she has a certain relationship with him that she doesn't have with me. So yeah, like that's why she's making bad choices with him. And she wouldn't do that if she were with me,
Okay.
So what did you learn from that, from him admitting that he messed up back in the day? What did that teach you something? Did you learn something?
I don't know. It was more just, I really appreciated him, owning up to that, and the fact that he felt bad, I know he still does feel terrible, so just to know that he actually has feelings,
right?
At the end of the day,
some empathy.
But, yeah.
And so what do you think brought him to that point, if you have an idea, to the point of like owning up to a mistake?
Mushrooms.
Oh man, okay, all right, they got a purpose.
Plot thickets.
They got multiple purposes. Jameson. And I'm sure he's maybe indulged in those things before. So why now, do you think?
I think just, her behavior. And
it's causing him to reflect, maybe. Yeah. I know he's not here to speak for himself.
Because, the thing is, like, when I made the decision to move away, because basically I was going to move away to Southwest Washington again, like Vancouver, because there's great opportunity down there for my yoga stuff, my fitness, cannabis, all that. Like, because there's Kelso, Longview, Vancouver, and Portland, like all within 50 miles of each other. So that's just a lot of opportunity. So I wanted to venture out because in my eyes, she has a dad. I've taken care of her for 13 years. I thought it'd be okay to just like, be like, okay, Dad got it, because he said that as well. He's like, go do your thing, like, handle your business, just, I got her. And then quickly, like, she just started acting out. So, yeah, just that.
Do you think you announcing your move caused that to happen? Or,
totally. Yeah. And then I completely moved us out of our apartment. Okay. So she's always lived with me full time, and we've been in that space for close to 4 years. So it's like that's home, you know.
Right.
She was maybe 9 when we moved there. So she's like, "What the fuck, Mom? I have to stay at Dad's all the time. What the hell?" You know.
It's a lot of change with all the hormones too. Like a lot of change internally, externally. Yeah, I respect that though. Like, you know, I remember when we did the launch party for Exes and Babies when we launched this podcast, and I remember one of the questions we got towards the during the Q&A was Damon had asked like something to the effect of, would you ever as a co-parent, would you ever as a mom, like, you know, focus on your career a little bit more, like move in that direction versus trying to do it all? And I just didn't know how to answer that. I mean, I said I have ADHD and I love doing all the things all the time. It's like, hey, so I'm like, I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna be mom, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. But I like hearing your perspective on like, hey, like you're here, you're still, you know, you're still with her, right? You're still supporting her, and this is gonna allow you to build your legacy so that it can pour into her. Yeah. Did you get any like family perspective or like judgment or anything weird? Because as moms, Black moms especially, we get a lot of expectations. Yeah. I'll put it nicely. Expectations.
Yeah, my mom's very disappointed in me right now for for making that decision to go back and then go back in the way that I did. Like, you know, like I don't have a space for both of us yet. You know, so she's just like, what the fuck? And she doesn't get it. And it's like, yeah, she just doesn't get it. Like you said, you know how Black moms can be very just, they want things their way or whatever.
Right. Yeah, because at the end of the day, if a dad did that, it would still suck. But that's something I've seen a little bit more. And so I feel like it's because it's not as commonly heard. It's probably more of a shock. Yeah.
Something I can say, though, about this year, and I'm being completely honest, is that I did put my business before being a mom. Okay. And Vanna's dad is the one who like brought me back down to earth. Like one time, I don't know what it was, but he was just like, your daughter needs you, and I was like, well, I have this meeting, I have that going on, I have to do this and that. And he's like, what the fuck? He's like, you're a mom first. And like, we're yelling at each other at this point on the phone. And then when I got off the phone, I was like, I just sat there for a minute. I was like, oh shit. And I thought about the year and I thought about everything and then her behavior and how, you know, and I texted him and I apologized and I was like, thank you for your honesty, because that shit, you know, even with me moving, that was to better my business. But at the end of the day, I could do it later, you know?
See, there's so much to unpack there, because one, the fact that you guys have cultivated something where you can speak freely, because you could have hung up early before you even got the words out. And then you took a moment to reflect. Yeah. Like I'm assuming there must be some trust that you kind of sat there and listened a little bit.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I always, even though he doesn't listen at all and he thinks he knows everything, I always listen, because it's like, okay, I'm going to compromise. You know, I listen.
Yeah.
Where did you get the motivation to be like, okay, I'm going to focus on my business? Like, because she was older now? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
And just with going hand in hand with me not putting my business first and not being a mother first, that's at least how I felt.
Right.
That's her dad. And I know he got her, you know, so I was like, okay.
This isn't a babysitter. This isn't some random person. This is her father.
Yeah. So I was like, she's going to be fine at the end of the day.
Right.
So, I mean, that's how. But she just wasn't okay with that.
Right. And you pivoted, right? Yeah. So you're like, you went off of what you knew. She seemed like she was stable. It'd be fine. And do you watch Good Moms, Bad Choices?
No, but I think my daughter does.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay. Good Moms, Bad Choices. I look up to them and what they do with their brand, which is basically dismantling ideas of what a woman and especially a mom's supposed to be, right? We got all that Keke Palmer, like drama with her man talking about, you can't dress that way. You're a mom, right? Yeah. I'm like, anyways, lots of opinions. And we can dive into that too, maybe. But like, one of the arguments that came up during Good Moms, Bad Choices, when they were talking to Earn Your Leisure more recently, who I also follow their podcast. But anyways, was that, you know, they feel like as moms, I'm paraphrasing, but they feel like as moms, they're not allowed to make certain business decisions because they're moms. Mm-hmm. So like if they wanted to go and do something to advance their business, they'd be looked at differently. They'd be under different scrutiny than the man of the house would be. If they went to go, okay, I'm not going to be around as much because I gotta build family, gotta go get the bacon. Mm-hmm. There's no second guessing. Like, but you're not here. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure like people are going to feel away at some point. Like we have heard sentiments like my father wasn't really there. He was doing stuff for us, but he wasn't there, right? So that we have heard that like that impacts people, but the society like judgment that we all get as parents feels a little different. At least that's the case the moms were making on the show. And then Earn Your Leave, one of the fathers was like, I don't know. I feel like it's the same. You should just go take that year-long trip to go advance your business without your kid. Yeah. So this is bringing me back to that for sure.
Yeah. Is it tough for you to balance it though? Motherhood and entrepreneurship?
Yeah. I mean, even with me being an entrepreneur now, you know, because I do everything. I wear all the hats. And I just celebrated, you know, the 5-year event.
Ooh, 5 years.
Yeah. I had I had 10 vendors plus my shit plus 2 cannabis vendors.
Okay.
So it was just a lot. And then I had to, what was cool though about that event is I made sure I stopped and chatted with everyone at one point. So I just like walked around while they were smoking and like introduced myself and kind of, it was super cool. But yeah, it's hella hard to balance all that, especially with the growth I've had. Because it's not just like 8 to 10 people showing up. It's like 60 plus people showing up. And vendors, and I have to make sure, you know, the setup looks good. And then, oh my God, at the 5-year one, my speaker died after like 3 songs, but then my friend came and he was like,
you mean the actual speaker? I thought you meant like the person who was speaking.
No.
I was like, yo, you're very cavalier about the
It was such an inconvenience.
So they died. They got the whole program.
Like, come on. This is a fitness place. Take care of your heart.
My
cold as ice.
My friend ended up buying like a big speaker, so it worked out.
Okay, but
yeah, the balance is hard, and now I'm working full time too. Ooh. And oh my God, I've called in 3 times and I still have the job. But I was like, I haven't had to do this shit in years, and I work like from 6 a.m. to 2:30, you know? So it's the morning and then I have to smile and be happy and tell people to have a good day. And I'm like, this is fucking crazy.
It's a lot.
You know? So like, and it's just an adjustment because like with personal training and me having my own classes and doing events and just everything I've been doing the last 4 years, I make my own schedule. Okay. So having to be there when someone says I have to be there and stay the whole fucking time.
Right. And smile.
Oh my God. It's crazy.
It's hard to be like, man, I'm leave right now. I got to stay here. I got my own business and tell me what to do.
I hear you. Yeah, that is hard. I think people underestimate, and we can underestimate, and you, Jeffrey, right? Like we're all parents, right? That have businesses. And I think it's easy to underestimate, especially for me, how much work it actually takes. Yeah. I mean, like you said, you were managing vendors, right? You got to do contracts. You got to be the face too, right? That's a lot of work. You got to, but you're the best for it.
Now.
And you know, the marketing, like so we have our event next week, the co-parent panel and mixer. And I'm trying to get sponsorships going. I'm trying to market. I'm also have my full-time job. I have my child, right?
Yeah.
I also have all the other things that I'm not talking about that I'm dealing with or managing and what have you. And so, and then don't let you be sad or be going through something emotionally or having some other things going on, right? And so
it makes it worse. It just slows you down.
It's a lot. And so I don't know. I mean, I wish people would understand and respect that. But also another point I was going to make is as, I don't know about you, I'm not going to project on you, you let me know. But for me, and it sounds like a lot of Black women, we tend to not ask for help.
Oh my God, me too.
First of all, we're not offered a lot of help.
Yeah.
And then we don't know to ask because we've been doing it we've been doing all the things. We've been moving and shaking, you know, like you were raising your daughter by yourself for the most part at some point. Yeah. And so How are you with asking for help?
I don't ask. There's been like one time, the first time I ever asked, I was like 28 maybe. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I was trying to think because I know exactly places there. Yeah, I was like, I wasn't in Seattle when I asked. So, and they like said no, and then they let me know the next day. Oh, I just lost 10,000 on the tables at Vegas, and it's like, yo, I only asked for 150.
Okay,
you know,
yeah.
So it's like the one time I got rejected. So years later, I did again, and yeah, same thing. And then I think I had a conversation with someone about it. Just I have a hard time asking for help, even when I know I need it. And you know, it's because as a Black woman, we have to carry so much on our backs, and it's like we don't get the same help that other people get, you know. Right. And it's not easy to ask because who the fuck wants to get a no?
Right.
Yeah. So I definitely, but that's something that I'm working on. Definitely working on the ability to ask for help when it's needed. Right. And right. It's a work in progress.
What's the next area? And now I got my little coach hat on. But what's the next area or next thing you could ask for help on?
I think with my business, just like kind of taking a step back, but also having a structure and a process to where, okay, if I hand this off to someone or have an assistant, everything's still going to get done in a way that I would have done it, you know?
Right, so, that is the question.
Yeah, because, you know, sometimes you can't get shit done unless you do it yourself.
It does feel that way.
And that's what I'm trying to move away from, so.
Some people are going to do okay. Yeah. It might not be perfect, but it'll get done. I have a business manager who helps with exes and babies, and I can't express how much it has helped me with this business. Her help has been incredible. Just her energy. I'm giving her a shout out. Gio, you're amazing. Like, we would not be this far without her.
Shout out to Gio.
She holds me accountable. She's a cheerleader, right?
Awesome.
Like, she's rooting for the business. We get along really well. She's thinking 10 steps ahead. She's supported me in ways I didn't even know I needed support in. And it's been fun. And she's been with us for over a year. And so it's really me and her behind the scenes a lot of the time. Jeffrey's helping a lot in some ways too with the podcast, but with the other aspects of the business, like, it's me and her just grinding it out. And so it's been really helpful. Asking for help. I do pay her, right? But but yeah, I don't know. I encourage you to keep asking for help. I bet you could find volunteers too. That's something I'm trying to think of as an entrepreneur. Like, there are people who, if you articulate it the right way, like, this is a business that helps the community, right? Yeah. There's people who like to volunteer and want to help. Definitely. And so I'm trying to like rewire my brain. But like you said, specific tasks that you can trust them to do as well.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah. What about you, Jeffrey? I mean, you're a business owner, right? You're a dad. You're juggling a lot. I can't tell that you ask for help too much either.
Well, it's not, hey, help me. It's like specific task.
Right.
Like, hey, can you call this person? Or, hey, can you make this flyer for me? Okay. I think the stigma with help is like, please help me, please. No, it's just like, people are willing to help you if your vision is clear. Not saying that your vision is not clear, but I found that people tend to be more willing to help if you have a clear vision what you need from them.
Totally.
So I would just say that with anybody going through this, like, have a clear vision what you need. Like, you can help me. Oh, okay, how? Like,
That's great advice.
Yeah, like, it's like, I need funding. Okay, do you have a grant writer or do you have a business account? Okay, let's get that set up. So each help has steps. You know what I'm saying? Not just with business, but with just life in general. Just like when you said where the first years with your daughter, your mom was down the street from you. And you ask her for help for specific things. Not just, here, watch my kid. Like, hey, can you watch my kid from 5 to 9 because I got to go to work. So I think we just need to be more clear on what kind of help we need versus just expecting just help in general.
Absolutely.
So that's my thought.
Nice.
I love it.
But anyway, back to your co-parenting. There's one thing that I was thinking about as you were explaining your schedule, because you work from 6 to 2. You do your business from 8 to faint. How's your dating life going?
Oh, I'm not dating. Well, I mean, okay, here's
that was easy.
here's how the dating thing's going. I'm dating an ex, and like ex as in we were together. 10 years ago.
Okay.
But for 4 years, and we remained friends all this time. Okay. And so like literally for the last over a year, consistently we've been dating, and it's it's more so he's a business owner too, and he's busy, so we meet in the middle sometimes, and sometimes it's when things are slower for both of us, we're able to see each other a lot more, but like a lot of the time it's maybe once a month. So that's how my dating life is. And yeah, we like are literally dating. We'll go on a date and have hella fun, and it's just always good energy. It's peaceful. Like, yeah, calming. I feel centered. Like, I don't be on my phone. Like, we're really just
be vibing out.
Yeah.
Does he have a child as well? Or
no, he doesn't have any kids.
Okay. Has that conversation ever came up? Because I know a lot of people have the stigmas with dating single parents or co-parents, stuff like that. Like, that's one of the obstacles single parents have, is like trying to find somebody that would accept them because they got kids and stuff.
Well, he accepted me. I met him when Vana was 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I just moved back from Hawaii, and so
you're in Hawaii.
Yeah, he was around until Vana was about 5.
Okay, so Vana knows him. Okay,
Vana loves him too, and that's why it's like it works out. I don't know. Whenever I go hang out with him, she's always happy. She's like, "Did you have fun?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Okay, good." And like, yeah, it's literally the most beautiful thing ever. She'll ask like how he's doing, and make sure he's good too.
Okay, does this person go to the gym?
No.
That we used to go. Okay.
No, he's been there one time.
I want to be messy. I was like, we never gossip on here.
No.
We gossip on here?
Guess who? Like,
no, he went to the gym one time and he's like, "Oh, this is a rich nigga gym," and like never came back.
I like him already. I like him.
And then it was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get a membership at the WAC," and I'm just like, "That costs so much more."
That's a rich not nigga.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, make it make sense, but whatever.
Oh my God,
I get it.
Hilarious.
Not your vibe.
I mean, they got a pool there,
yeah,
for
they got a
lot. There's a pool.
There's a theme. There's a theme to this conversation. It's pools.
Yes.
So that's working out for you. So is that one of the most difficult things? Is this time, like having enough time to do stuff?
Yes and no. So now, yes, because I have to be at work, which is so weird.
Yeah.
But prior to, because this is new, I've only been there 3 weeks.
Okay, got it.
And I don't know how long I'm gonna last.
Okay, got it.
After this episode, she might walk out like, you know what, man, I'm gonna go ahead.
Yeah, no, I guess I haven't been in a setting like that in a while either, because I'm working from home, which is a blessing.
Oh, nice.
But no, I remember, having to show up and put on a face. I had to put on clothes.
Yeah,
like you can't just wear. No, but I feel like I would prefer a uniform, honestly. Like picking out an outfit every day and hoping it's up to par for work, and like and the presentation you want to have, the persona, if you will, that you want people to perceive you as when you're at work, whatever. Anyways, it's a lot of work. Do you have to like get dressed up, or is there like a dress code?
It's a uniform. Okay. It's super fancy, but like it's cute. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm thankful because I'm like, okay, and they do the laundry service, so I'm like,
nice.
Ooh.
Okay, that helps.
I just show up in like dress like this or whatever, some sweats.
So you work for Chick-fil-A? No, sorry, my bad. Just kidding.
My pleasure.
No, right. It's my pleasure.
If you do, you did not bring chicken, and I feel like
no. Yeah. So balance is good when I have the time, and Vana is away with her dad. So yeah.
How do your new and old partner get along with your child's father?
He doesn't really care for him.
Oh, okay,
yeah. There's no like we're all friends. We communicate. Yeah. Because I mean, back then, in his fuck nigga stage or whole stage, what was it?
Whole phase.
Yeah, his whole phase.
With options.
No, it's whole phase.
My partner was around, so it's just like he's like, man, that guy's dumb because he thinks completely differently. So yeah, I'm sure he had his whole phase.
Okay, so your current partner didn't respect some of the choices that Papa was playing, so it's impacted how he sees him to this day, even though he's now playing a more involved role.
Yeah, so now he literally just doesn't give a fuck about him. Doesn't even want to hear about it. So yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. And it's like, I think it's genuine too, you know, like he truly, and it's not no hater shit or nothing. Right. It's just like, we don't discuss that. Okay. You know, I'll be like, oh, Mama's with her dad or something like that.
And doesn't have to move past that. Yeah. You know, I don't think there's like, the goal doesn't have to be everyone's all hanging out on a Friday, you know, in their free time and like being chummy, but and then you guys aren't, I don't know, are you guys really serious? No pressure to put labels on your shit, right?
They go to once a month. No, that's
we're not serious.
Hey, I don't mean that. I don't mean that. If that's all you got time for, he said a check-in. I go
30-day review. That's all. It's a 30-day review.
A quarterly report in.
So 90 days. So how are we feeling?
Right.
Mm-hmm. No, 30-day check-in.
How's the month?
If things were to get more serious, if that's what you wanted, or if that, would you see a way or a need or whatever to?
I don't see a need for me to be serious with anyone because I have a lot of other shit I'm more focused on.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, and at some point in time, maybe I will put more energy into that, but I'm not, you know, I'm getting what I'm putting in as well. So like
you're getting exactly what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Exactly. So
beautiful. So I hear you, girl.
Or to make it bi-weekly, you'd be talking about this 30-day check-ins.
Those are clutch. I don't know if I can wait 30 days though.
You know, in April, like April through June, it was like weekly, which was dope. And then like my life got busy. I decided to move. It's his busy season with work. So like, yeah.
Okay.
All right, so you had a little vacation and like every other week, like, oh my God.
Yeah, whatever.
So let's get back on track now.
Is there a song for that? No, I hear you. I think people underestimate, like, I don't know how to articulate this, but I'm going to give it a shot. Mm-hmm. I, as a single woman who chooses to be single, like, I mean, of course, if like the right person really walked in, I would entertain that. But
of course.
Also, but I do have people. Anyway, like I said, work with me. Yeah. But, I truly value my platonic relationships, and I don't know how to articulate the importance they play. Like the fact that, like you said, it's carefree, it's enjoyable. It kind of maybe brings out some freeness in you, and it lets you tap back into some sexiness, like whatever it is, right? And I think that plays a nice role in how I then get to show up in other aspects of my life, because this part of my life is allowing me to tap into parts of myself and have fun, right? Yeah. And then I get that, it fills my cup in a way where I can show up in my parenting, my day job, my business, right? In a way, and I think people underestimate the importance of that role. Like, I want to give a shout out to that person. I won't, but like, I want to give a shout out to that person. I want to like honor the people. Let's shout out to the people who are playing a positive role in single moms' lives, so that they can continue to do what they're trying to do, and love on their kids, and do all the things that they're doing without that being a distraction or something that's taking away from it.
Because that's exactly what it's not. It's not a distraction,
right?
So, and it's what I need. I'm not. I don't need to see someone every fucking day,
right?
Every other day,
except for spring.
Spring. No,
so that,
go ahead.
My bad. No, I was going to ask you. So, what are the things that you need in order for you to feel like, okay, I need these things in order for me to show up as a mom?
Just my main thing is like some free time and alone time. I really value my time, so I like to like go out and paddleboard alone, or like just go to a park, or like I went camping alone for a couple days not too long ago.
Some athletic things.
Yeah, so I've been like, that's at this age, because I don't give a fuck about going to the club, spending money and shit like that, and I haven't been traveling the way I used to, so it's like, okay, what are things in nature and just like things around that I also enjoy that I can do, and when I'm doing those things, I feel most free.
Right.
And at peace. And like, I'll take a book with me to the park, or on my paddleboard, or, take a little 6-pack or 4-pack of Stella.
You're so cool.
Thank you.
What are we reading?
The 4 Agreements.
You're reading that?
Yeah.
We were just talking about that.
And I keep reading it. It's so good. It's one of those books that like you keep forever, and you read it again over and over throughout life, different periods of your life when you're going through shit. Just,
That is a good book. Have you read it, Jeffrey?
I read it like 3 times.
Yeah.
I think I'm due for another put another spin the block on that, or whatever the kids are saying these days.
Don't say that ever again. Yeah, that's not your lane.
Oh my God.
No, but it's so I also wanted to get go back. I mean, we're going back. The conversation you and your co-parent had, that fateful mushroom field drinking.
You want to know the dirt?
Yeah, like, I ain't forgetting. Like, like all that stuff. So no.
Good job, Jeffrey.
No, the reason why is because me and Sydney both agreed to this, or Sydney and I, proper English. Sydney and I both agree that we want to highlight more of amicable conversations between co-parents.
For sure.
So how was that initially? So you guys just start drinking, took a shroom, and he just...
He did shrooms, not me.
Oh, you didn't do it. Okay, so you gave him the shroom. Okay, so you supplied
the a lot of specifics. Hey, it's a question. Is there a question here?
Yes, I'm building the world. I'm building the world. My bad. So how did you feel like that conversation changed your relationship with him the day after?
I definitely had a different outlook on him. Mm-hmm. You know, he got a little bit of respect, a little bit.
Okay, a little dabble, a little dollop,
sprinkle.
A daisy. No,
not a dollop, a sprinkle.
Okay, so dollop is a big help.
Like the many small sprinkles. And it's like, I'm fucking.
Like, dang, not the many sprinkles.
Yeah, I think that it made me look at him differently. It showed me that he really does care for his daughter. He just has a different way of, we all care for our children in a completely different way than the other parent, you know? And we're only doing what we know how to do. Right. So it just showed me that side of him. Yeah.
Do you know if he had that conversation with his daughter?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I think I don't think it was in the way that we had. I don't think it was that.
No shrooms.
I hope no shrooms. Please no shrooms. Might tell too much.
Like, don't answer that.
So a whole face kid is when, one person.
Oh my God, no. But yeah, like an apology or like, do you feel like she's gotten any apologies that she deserves or anything like that?
I don't know, because at the end of the day, she loves her dad. Her dad really loves and cares for her, but he really doesn't give a fuck about a lot of shit. Okay. And he has a way that he raises her and treats her and has expectations and discipline. It's very different than mine. Okay. So he may have said something to her, but I don't think it really stuck in a way that she believed it, you know? So
do you think, not with no shrooms included, but do you think the vulnerability he exhibited with you, do you think that can actually help with the teenager, the daughter?
If you were that way with her?
Yeah, like I had that open dialogue with her like that.
I would hope so, but I can't really speak for them because I don't know. Like he goes about things so different than me. Okay. Yeah.
Hey, bro. So this is your cousin Jeff. You don't have to do this.
Oh my gosh.
Let me just suggest this. Take her to like Chick-fil-A over some nuggets and just be open and just tell her the truth. And it's not just him telling all fathers who have that thing where I don't know if I should did it. Like, no, just tell the truth because your kids know, they just don't know the words to it. Just tell them, hey, I messed up. I was out here doing too much.
So Jeffrey, like as a father, like what do you think the impact could be for a father, having that conversation you just suggested that they have with their child?
Honestly, just filling in the void, because growing up, you always had this rule like, oh, stay out of grown folks' business, right? We all heard that, stay out of grown folks' business. But sometimes the grown folks' business has an answer that will make me feel better about why. And maybe they always tell us, don't ask questions, just do what you're told. I'm like, but I need to know why I keep getting smacked upside my head or why I keep getting yelled at.
Bring me along.
Bring me along. Like, you keep saying I'm family, but yet I keep getting excluded. So, and what I've learned raising my daughter is the more open I am with her, the more she's able to understand why I do certain things. And it's like more respect because she feels like we're family for real. Like I'm not saying involve her in every single thing that I'm doing.
Right. Because she's still a child.
She's still a child. Like it's to have to be in the child's place. But if it comes to like discipline or it comes to like a big decision like moving or like some kind of big change, you have to like let your kid know why what's going on. So that way, not only do they know, but also when they get older, that seed has been planted and you taught them something. Right. So when I was giving the advice to the co-parent, it wasn't just him, it was just like all fathers who think that way. Like, I don't, like, you know, I'm dad, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't explain nothing to you.
Yeah, that's exactly how he thinks. So, and I'm more of a, I listen, I will explain to you so you understand why I'm doing.
But you can explain something without being soft, like you're just telling the truth. Yeah. For some reason, we feel like being truthful is being soft. And it's not. Like, you're just telling the truth. Like, yeah, I had a whole phase. And
I mean, does he need to say? I think the truth would be I was going through something.
I was very social in college.
She's 13. She knows it was a whole phase. Okay. She remembers all the
well, great. All right, you know, you gotta know your audience. Gotta know your audience. Gotta know your child.
Yeah, I played social.
She was like a lot of girls, mom.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, I just want guys, the fathers, to get over that stigma that telling the truth is soft. It's not.
Yeah,
telling the truth
and being soft is not a bad thing.
It's not, but and also telling the truth is one of the strongest things you have to do because you have to be vulnerable. And you have to show your child that you're human. So
yeah, totally.
Like, I messed up, man. I've grown. Like that, I was 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I'm 30 in my 30s now. Like, if I was still acting the same way, then we have an issue. But if I've grown since then okay, this is where I was. This is why I did it. This is what made me change. And I want to be a better parent to you.
Because you deserve that.
Because you deserve that. And also I care.
Right.
I care about you as my daughter.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't care, I wouldn't say shit to you. I wouldn't even be here right now.
And that's how it feels when they don't say something sometimes.
Right.
I would say, like, in sharing the why or the truth or what have you, you know, making sure to articulate that it's not an excuse. Like, it's just bringing you along, but it's not an excuse. I'm not trying to take away the accountability I have in this and the decisions I chose to make, right? I love that, Jeffrey. You probably healed some people just now who needed to hear that.
So. I would say, like, don't claim your kids as family and don't treat them like family.
Yeah,
that's it. Because family, you know, supposed to be close knit. Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Being vulnerable, that's the real strength. I love that message. I love that. That's what's up. So you said your dynamic from as a co-parent with your child's father has shifted so much. What is something that you had to do to change to make it better as well, assuming that, you know, no one's perfect?
I don't understand the question.
Oh, okay.
It's like I'm playing.
Let me try it. How could I not be perfect? Right. Let me rephrase. I hear you.
What's something...
Like, is there something that you shifted within you from, like, let's say the time you moved away to now, like when she was little, that you shifted so that you could co-parent better?
Absolutely. Just knowing you have to, I guess the best way for me to explain this is to treat it as such. Like, I know her dad well enough to where at this point, you know, and when we shifted into just a better co-parenting, I was like, okay, I know how this man is. I know how he can be. And that's how I would act accordingly, you know, and not be upset when something fell through or, you know, he didn't confirm. And, you know, because I'm the rest of my year is planned out. He's a very, I don't know my schedule type of person. So that's right there is already a problem. So just knowing that and
balance.
Having, and just being patient, you know, so... Yeah,
that's beautiful, because I see that with a lot of my clients and family friends who like the parents are different. Like with my child's father too, like scheduling is very hard on that end. Whereas on my end, also can be challenging, but like it's a little bit easier for me. And so like I think, you know, like you've demonstrated, like giving them some grace, taking away that expectation that they're going to show up a certain way and then continuously being disappointed in them, being frustrated. Like, it just doesn't help your child's feeling that. It doesn't help anyone. Like, state the expectation and the wish that you have. That's why I tell my clients, like, don't stop communicating your wish, right? But then let it go, right? I've shared things with I share requests, right? I'll ask my child's father, like, hey, can you do this? And then I'll ask again. And then I'm like, okay, this is the last time I'm going to ask. Like, I'll only ask 2 times. Right. And then, you know, we might have a bigger conversation later on if need be. But at the end of the day, if it's like a big trend, it's impacting things. But at the end of the day, I don't hold it against him. You know, I'm not going to show up sometimes in ways that I need to. And I think just relinquishing that control and associating, if you don't do this act, you don't care about our child. I think parents do that a lot. Like, I like how you honor, like, hey, he loves her different. His love for her shows up differently. And my love for her shows up in this way. And it doesn't mean he loves her any less. And I think that would be really clutch if more parents could see it the way you see it. I see a lot of parents struggle with that, so good for you guys.
Don't get me wrong, we butt heads from time to time, but like at the end of the day, I've wasted so much energy over the years getting mad about shit that it's like out of my control. So
So what advice would you give the not struggling single mom, because that's a trope we need to end, but if you have somebody who's going through it right now, what advice would you give them on how to like live with it?
Going through what? Whatever they're going through?
The single parent stuff.
Live with what? Live with?
Like
go through it?
Yeah, co-parenting. Let me just re-ask that question and I got it. So if a single mom were to ask you, hey girl, I'm going through it right now with my baby daddy, what should I do? What advice would you give her? Some advice that she's, one, probably not going to listen to. Because I don't know. But I tell her to just, like I just said, don't worry about things you can't control, and things that are out of your control, and just handle your business. Like, you're gonna have to do it anyway. You can do it happy, or you can do it mad with less energy. You know.
Message.
Yeah.
What movie is that from again?
Don't be a menace while drinking juice in the hood.
Thank you. The Marlon, not Marlon.
It's the Wayans
brothers.
One of the Wayans.
Yeah.
The right, oldest, I think.
I say it a lot. I had anyways. 90s, baby.
And also my last question, indica or sativa? Indica.
Okay.
No hybrid?
No.
Okay.
Indica leaning hybrid.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why indica?
You know, I used to fuck with sativa for years. And that's when I was like really in the cannabis industry still, and then also like really beginning Canna Sweat, and I could do it, and like now it's like I get anxiety, my heart's beating, like I just want something mellow, calm me down. And plus, like, I mean, I typically just smoke before bed. I might do a little wake and bake, but you know, within an hour or two that high may be gone. So yeah, indica. What about you? What about y'all?
That's how I remember it.
I don't know. I'm a mooch. Whenever there's weed around.
My God.
Maybe I shouldn't say that publicly, but it is what it is. But no,
it's legal, guys.
It's legal. Yeah,
it's still Seattle. We're not like.
Are there any organizations that cater to women who smoke marijuana? Like any kind of help groups or something like that?
Oh.
You know, like book clubs. Is there like weed clubs?
Smoking weed.
Weed. Yeah.
Not that I know of, but
I know you got the Canna Sweat.
Like me.
Yeah. When's your next event? Tell us about your next event. Where can we find you?
5 years in the game. Yeah.
5 years. Yes. Okay, so my next event is gonna be last Friday of July, Friday the 28th at Gasworks from 6:30 to 8:30, and my events are every last Friday of each month.
Okay.
So you got a once a month thing going on.
That's a big deal.
Now I do. Like before, it was more frequent.
Okay.
And then like, you know, the transition and everything. Yeah, I was like, okay, once a month I can manage that, and it's a lot still, but it's not what I was doing before. So it's
balance, balance, pivoting.
So Gasworks Park, July 28th from 6:30 to 8:30.
Yeah,
Canna Sweat.
Yes.
What's the name of the event? Is this Canna Sweat?
Smoke and Stretch After Dark.
Smoke and Stretch After Dark.
I love
but it will indeed be light out.
Okay, cool.
Metaphors.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you. You inspire me, especially being an entrepreneur and a mama. And you're like so very fit. Which inspires me.
Oh my God, do you know something? I haven't done a squat since April.
What's today? Oh wow.
Yeah, and Vonna was like, Mom, your booty. It's getting smaller.
Is that what it's like having a daughter?
Girl, yeah.
I wish my son would.
She's like, it's not a teardrop yet, but you should start doing squats again. And I was just like, well, going to the gym in the morning.
Okay. All right. She's inspiring you.
Holding you accountable. My birthday's in 3 weeks too. So.
Oh, cool. Big plans. Are you a Leo?
I'm a Leo.
Okay,
yes.
bet.
My plans are doing brunch with the girls at the Fairmont.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. And then my actual birthday is called Boats, Bottles, and Bitches. And I got a double decker.
My invitation.
I got a double. Oh my God, yes. I got a double decker pontoon with a slide. So, yeah.
Oh, not your slides?
Gonna be fun. Yeah, we're gonna be slipping and sliding and
floating. We are. Yes, we are.
So yes, we are. You already
yes, I'll be there. I'll text you a reminder for my invitation.
Boats, bottles, and bitches for the birthday of Felicia.
Yeah.
I love
it. I'm turning 35. That's a big deal.
35? That's what's up. I can't, you look like you're 20.
Thank you.
So where can people find you?
You can find me hidden on D&D. You can't find me. So
oh my God, that's hilarious.
You can find me
available.
Yeah, that part. Yeah. And we're busy. Yeah. You guys can find me on cannasweat.com. Also, my Instagram is yoga by Felicia, BYE. Yeah. And also Cannasweat, CANNASWET.
Yes, that's important. SWET. Okay, but
yeah, right. Follow.
This was awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.